All right, now welcome back. This month is Tourism Month. Tourism has been devastated by COVID-19 and the industry is desperate for rejuvenation. We have reporters out in various provinces showing us exactly what our beautiful country has to offer. And what we have with us is Lethiwe Mdluli, who is in Durban for us. Kailihle Khumalo is in Mpumalanga in White River, and Aviwe Mtila is in the Eastern Cape for us. Aviwe, let me start with you. I don't think a lot of people realize the beauty of the Eastern Cape. Not a lot of people usually go there, but what are they telling you about, how COVID-19 has impacted tourism there?
Very beautiful province indeed. I grew up among some of these beauties and the villages that we've been seeing around the Eastern Cape. But of course, the focus today is around Tourism Month, the official launch to a sector that really needs it, given how it's been battered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, joining me just to expand on this is Lungisi Mvoko, the MEC of both finance and tourism in the province, the perfectly suited man to even give us an indication just on the Eastern Cape stance. MEC, thank you for joining us. How's it been? How's the COVID-19 impacted you? I can imagine it's been devastating.
Thank you very much. Yes, true. COVID-19 has really affected the tourism sector in the province. Actually, the occupancy rate in the province on average is at 35%. So you can see that from that you can deduce how hard it has been hit. But we've tried our best from the side of the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency, as well as the department, to assist the tourism sector in the province. We've assisted them in terms of digital marketing, because there's no longer going to the normal tours and workshops where we go. So we've assisted them, we've financed them on that, and they've taken quite a lot of platforms across the world marketing, and that is one attempt that I think is going to help revive tourism. But we've also assisted them in ensuring that they contribute to the establishments in terms of them being able to observe the non-pharmaceutical protocols, because that's the only way in which they are going to survive. Today we are launching the Tourism Month amid the pandemic, but we are hopeful that with the observation of those non-pharmaceutical protocols that we can live with it, and it can improve and can assist. Because remember, tourism creates jobs. It's a labor-intensive industry. So
I want to zoom in. You mentioned amid COVID-19, there's this pandemic, of course, that has closed the border. So I'm assuming you're expecting domestic travelers to be the one visiting these tourist destinations. But how is it realistically possible, given that they themselves have been battered in their pockets because of the pandemic?
Yes, it's true that currently we are trying to encourage people to visit. Look, in terms of tourism, it doesn't actually mean that you have to go across from one province to the other province. You can tour around. It doesn't mean that you have to spend the whole week or 2 weeks. You can leave on Friday and come back on Sunday. So we are encouraging, because we know some people have long prepared to go out, and with the COVID itself, the pandemic has depressed quite a lot of people. So steadily and gradually, those that can afford, we're encouraging them to visit the province. We must tour locally. I know that soon, by the 1st of October, the 4th of October, the 10th of October, the parks are going to be open for free entrance. We're encouraging people to take those drives and go to the parks. So in touring with you, I encourage them to go to the nearest place that they can afford, just to explore the province.
Okay, MC, I'm going to ask you to just stick around. We have to go to another guest now, but I want to actually go into this conversation even further. That's the MEC of Economic and Tourism in the Eastern Cape Province, just to expand on the plans in place in terms of boosting again the tourism industry.
All right, Aviwe, you're going to hold on for me for now. Let me take you to Durban, where Lethiwe Mdluli is at the King Shaka Marine World. Lethiwe, that is a place that is usually packed with visitors, and I imagine how dire it was in December when we had to move to a higher level of lockdown and we had that 9 p.m. curfew. What have they told you there about, what they've had to do to kind of save themselves during this difficult time?
Well, Masako, there's been a lot of plans that the city is putting in place to rebuild and try and attract tourists into the city. As I'm speaking to you, we are at Ushaka Marine. When we got here, it did look a bit empty, but the city is today launching a campaign, a tourism campaign that is aiming to attract more tourists into the city. I'm now joined by the mayor of eThekwini, Kawunda. Good morning. My first question to you is, you're launching this campaign today. How are you aiming to attract more tourists into the city?
Definitely, tourism is one of the sectors which feature prominently in our economic recovery plan, which is a response from COVID-19 devastations and the unrest that we experienced in July. We are happy that Durban is now open for business, and this sector needs to be promoted because it attracts many visitors, both internationally and domestically, to visit our shores. Today we have themed our own tourism campaign as My City, My Heritage, because we want to leverage from the tourism that we have through our heritage, given the history of eThekwini. For instance, if you talk about eNCA Albert Luthuli International Convention Center, it was an apartheid prison before. It was converted where all nations all over the world, they come and meet and converge. So it is one of the best major events host destination in the globe. So we are taking advantage of those opportunities. But we also have many hidden gems, including our Freedom Valley, where you find our own heritage sites, including the first president of the African National Congress, Dr. Langalbalele Dube, where the first democratic president of the Republic of South Africa casted his votes. It also includes Mahatma Gandhi, because we are a cosmopolitan city where we embrace our unity in diversity to ensure that all nations come together, because all people who live in eThekwini belongs to them. So therefore we have Inanda Seminary, you talk about Adams College, which have produced so many revolutionary icons in Africa. We have sites, including the site where we are located today, Shaga Marine World, which attracts, is an international attraction, which attracts more tourists from international and domestic. So it's very important to leverage from all the packages that we can offer, and we are saying Durban has lots to offer to our tourists. Come and visit Durban. Durban is now open for business, but part of that, we are starting to see many of the positive indicators that our rebuilding process and reconstruction of our economy, we are now moving towards a positive direction.
I have to ask you this, regarding the vaccination drive, it's in full course at the moment, but will you be saying that people who need to come to the city need to be vaccinated because the vaccination drive is currently taking place?
Yes, we are doing well with the vaccination, and we are seeing people responding positive, but we encourage many people to vaccinate, because that on its own will now starting to unlock the opportunities for leisure, to go to restaurants in numbers, to go to bigger events. Like today, Amazulu is playing the Malawian team, so we're supposed to fill Moses Mabhida Stadium, but we are unfortunately unable to do so because we still need to adhere to lockdown regulations. But it's important to vaccinate all citizens, and we also boast as eThekwini with our beaches, which are warm. We also have, those beaches have won some accolades, more than 12 blue flags, including the city being declared in 2019 as the greenest city in the world. So these are the advantages the city must take to market our city, to attract more tourists to come to our shores, both domestically. Our team is already hard at work, moving up and down in Africa to promote eThekwini, so that African people can also come here, and also in the globe we are also advancing to that. Thank you very much.
So Maseko, that was the Mayor just basically elaborating on what they'll be doing today. They are launching the My City, My Heritage campaign, and this aims to attract more tourists into the city. He was just unpacking some of the plans that they have. We also spoke to the Durban tourism a bit earlier on, who did say that most of the sites that people are attracted to the city are available and they are open, and most importantly, they are free. So tourists coming into the city on a tight budget will also be catered for.
All right, Lethiwe Mdluli, of course, as you can hear from Lethiwe, there is an event there. That's why you couldn't hear her properly. Obviously, with the department as well as private sector trying to do what they can to bring back that tourism industry. Let's move to Kaya Kumalo now, who is in Mpumalanga in White River. Kaya, White River is a small farming town and it produces fruit as well. It's a place, to go to when you just want to be quiet. What are they telling you about domestic travel? I mean, I assume that they used to make a lot of money as well with international travel, but South Africa at the moment is a no-go area.
Well, that's right, Maseko. It's been quite a very rough chapter for the tourism sector. So where we are is a very iconic spot, just a few meters away from the White River CBD. So you can see that it's a very tranquil and serene spot where we are. Mpumalanga is known for its beautiful landscapes. After all, also, this is the home of the Kruger National Park, one of the oldest parks in South Africa and across the continent as well. So you can see our location, really, that the industry is really rejuvenating itself and it's trying by all means to bounce back. And we know of the contribution that it does make to the country's CBD. But let's hear from the owner of this Hotel 247. So we're just talking, Kosi, about your experience at the height of COVID-19. It hasn't been a very easy time, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't been good. Good day, everybody. It hasn't been easy at all. We've been struggling a lot. But we're trying to make it work for everybody. Everything that we get, each and every guest that walks in here, we really appreciate them. We really do. But it has been very bad in such a way that a day or two goes by without any revenue generated in the business. So that is very bad for us.
And what can you say to South Africans? Obviously, the domestic sector is the one that you are targeting and even beyond. But in light of a number of challenges emanating from COVID-19, you're facing quite a lot of challenges. What do you say to South Africans in making sure that they explore this beautiful province?
I say to the South Africans, there is nothing that is stopping us actually to explore this beautiful province. The important part is that everybody has to go and get vaccinated so that we can also welcome everybody into our place without worrying about this disease that we have, this virus that we have in the country. So if everybody can just go and get vaccinated so that it will be easy, everybody can try and be comfortable because nobody, to be honest, we have no idea when it is going to stop,
And just once again, Kosi, the issue around reviving your sector. For you guys, what did you do here to make yourself adapt to this new environment? I mean, where you had to reconfigure your setting. You have sanitizers, you have all kinds of facilities. So what have you done differently?
Kaya, what we're trying to do currently, we're doing small specials during the week, especially for the restaurant, because at the hotel, it's not very easy to force people to come and sleep at your hotel because currently people are doing visual meetings, People don't really travel the way they used to travel. So we're doing a lot of specials at the restaurant during the week. We've got our Puza Thursday on Thursday night. We have introduced the Sunday lunches on Sunday. We are currently planning a show on the 24th of September. Still, we are trying to promote the place. We are trying to promote the tourism. It's the tourism month. And we've just, the MTPA just launched that a week ago. So what we're trying to do to promote this place, to get everybody to come and enjoy themselves, So we're definitely trying our best on that side.
All right, Kosi Mthalane, she's the owner of this particular establishment, Maseko, obviously highlighting a number of challenges that they face, but also adapting to this new environment from the place of the rising sun here in Mpumalanga.
All right, Kaya Kumalo, let me move from you and take you back to the Eastern Cape with Aviwa Mdila. Aviwa, earlier on, I heard, the guest that you were with describing the kind of ideas that they're trying to get, to have people travel to the Eastern Cape. But it's very hard, for South Africans to travel. South Africans feel that traveling is expensive. I guess this time with the pandemic, it's forcing us to explore our own country.
Our own country and look into the domestic travelers as a whole. We are in the Eastern Cape and the economic conditions when it comes to the poverty. I was speaking to the MEC, joining me now once more, of finance and tourism in the Eastern Cape, but holds both the financial purse and tourism, which has been severely battered. I want to look at those domestic travelers, Eastern Cape. what do we entice those that want to travel on a low budget?
Throughout the province, we have very good deals actually. We have spoken to all the tourism, the product owners, and together they have put up some deals that will last for the month of September and October. If you go to Eastern Cape Tourism, whether you are on Instagram, Facebook, we've put quite a lot of deals, and these deals are meant to attract people because we know that people have been hit hard by COVID and very few can still tour. That's why they have gone through this process of ensuring that they're pulling up deals where some are, you have deals where you have 50% off, 25%, but it's all in the website if you go or other platforms as I mentioned to you. But these are meant to attract people because we know that many of them have been hit hard. So on the other hand, there are people that are working in the tourism industry, in the tourism sector. So it will revive the tourism sector as well in terms of jobs, because quite a lot of jobs we've lost in the tourism sector as well.
And of course, the reality is that COVID-19 isn't going anywhere. So when it comes to then the vaccination drive, is it important for those tourists to be vaccinated in order to visit your tourist destinations in the Eastern Cape?
Yes, actually, we're encouraging people to be vaccinated because COVID is going to be with us for a long time. We've got to find a way of living with it. And vaccination is one of the best options because it doesn't mean you're not going to get the disease, the COVID, but it means at least if it gets you, you're not going to land in hospital and stay for a long time in ICU and for oxygen. So we're encouraging people to vaccinate. Though we are not saying at the moment, no, if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to be able to come into our establishments. But we're encouraging people to vaccinate. In fact, many establishments have made sure that the people that are working in establishments are vaccinated. And this is the message that we should be carrying, that they become also ambassadors for people to vaccinate. So yes, true. Many people we should encourage people to vaccinate so when they come into their establishments, we know that they are vaccinated and they're not much of a threat to themselves.
Okay, thank you very much, Missy. Let me not keep you. I understand the next speaker here, the guest speaker, as the Eastern Cape Province opens up the tourism month here in Cradock. Of course, encouraging local tourists to visit those destinations, mentioning that there are a number of specials, some of them half price, just to entice those with low budgets and low costs, been hit hard by the pandemic itself.
All right, let's leave it there, and thank you very much. Aviwe Mtila live for us in the Eastern Cape, Letiwe Mdluli in Durban, and Kylie Khumalo in the province of Mpumalanga.